Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video here on Fahrenheit TCG, and today I will be showcasing my second personal deck for you, featuring the First Sliver. The First Sliver is a 7/7 legendary sliver creature that can be cast using a white, blue, black, red, and green mana, also known as WUBRG, that when cast has the cascade effect that says, when you cast this spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exiled cards on the bottom of your library in random order. In addition, when the First Sliver is on the battlefield, it also gives this cascade effect to other Sliver spells you cast, making it arguably one of the most powerful Sliver commanders to date. Because this deck is capable of casting so many free Slivers in the early game, along with the powerful synergies the Slivers give to each other, this deck's go wide and overrun strategy is extremely effective. We'll go ahead and start off by showing the deck's lands here, starting off with Krosan Verge, Spectator Seating, Training Center, Rejuvenating Springs, Vault of Champions, Hallowed Fountain, Breeding Pool, Steam Vents, Godless Shrine, Watery Grave, Overgrown Tomb, Sacred Foundry, Stomping Ground, Temple Garden, Zagoth Triome, Raugrin Triome, Savai Triome, Ketria Triome, Sliver Hive, Path of Ancestry, Unclaimed Territory, Command Tower, a Scalding Tarn, Marsh Flats, Pillarverge pathway with the Needleverge pathway on the back, Brightclimb pathway with the Grimclimb pathway there, Murkwater pathway with the Clearwater pathway on the back, Riverglide pathway with the Riverglide pathway, Crag Crown pathway with the Timber Crown pathway, and lastly a Branch Loth pathway with the Boulder Loft pathway. Now we will take a look at the rest of the cards in the 99. Starting off here, we have a Soul Talisman, Mox Tantalite, Profane Tutor, Inevitable Betrayal, Gaia's Will, a Soul Ring, Striking Sliver, Virulent Sliver, Exploration, Sentinel Sliver, Manawef Sliver, Lazav the Multifarious, Two-Headed Sliver, Pyre of Heroes, Cloud Shredder Sliver, Venom Sliver, Military Intelligence, Hibernation Sliver, Quick Sliver, Crystalline Sliver, Diffusion Sliver, Nature's Lore, a Farseek, Heart Sliver, Predatory Sliver, Gemhide Sliver, nice foil, Winged Sliver, a 3 Visits, a D-Spark, Stitch Together, Arcane Signet, Hunter Sliver, Homing Sliver, Bloodline Pretender, Blur Sliver, Hollowhead Sliver, Syphon Sliver, Spiteful Sliver, a Rhystic Study, Dryad of the Elysian Grove, Herald's Horn, Lancer Sliver, Horn Sliver, Shadow Sliver, a Realm Walker, Harmonic Sliver, Necrotic Sliver, Urza's Incubator, Promise of Tomorrow, a Root Sliver, Bone Scythe Sliver, a Guardian Project, Shifting Sliver, Chroma's Will in case of emergencies, a Dormant Sliver, Distant Melody for really good card draw, First Sliver's Chosen, Reflections of Littjara, Coat of Arms, Thorncaster Sliver, Brood Sliver, Sliver Hive Lord, Sliver Legion, Haunting Voyage, Constricting Sliver, Fury Sliver, Megantic Sliver, Morphon the Boundless, and a Blasphemous Act. One of my favorite ways to win with this deck is actually very unorthodox in the fact that it doesn't use combat or a lot of spell slinging, but simply just requires to have a large board state, which we all know isn't very difficult to do when using slivers, but just requires mainly two key pieces. One of them here being the Spiteful Sliver that says, Sliver creatures you control have, whenever this creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target player or planeswalker. And so you need to have that on the board, and us having such a wide board state simply reduces the cost of the next spell that is required to cast, and that here is Blasphemous Act. And what that says is that this spell costs one generic less to cast for each creatures on the battlefield, and it does 13 damage to each creature. So with us having often a very wide board state, this can either be cheap, if not, simply one mana. You can cast this, do 13 damage to every single sliver you have on the board, and you get to therein, because of Spiteful Sliver, take that damage and direct it at all of your opponent's faces, winning the game with glorious, explosive fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still watching at this point, I just want to say thank you first and foremost for your viewership. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you just smash that subscribe button, and if you like videos like this, make sure you give it a like and ring that bell for more videos from Fahrenheit TCG.